got teams down there, right? I also know there's like 5 or 6 guys in this lobby, desperate for just a hint of love.
That song earlier, did you make that up? I don't think I've ever heard it.
Yeah, I just made it up.
It's great.
What was it again?
Something about tonight, but it felt like,
Well, I can't remember the tone. Maybe you can remind me.
kind of like that.
All right. Finally. I'm still getting organized around here on the stream, and yeah, it was interesting what just happened there. Well, that's got to come out of there, and that's got to come out of there. All this stuff's got to just work properly, you know? It's just got to work properly. And that's why live is so much fun. And it's so much fun when you're here as well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Deals with David here on Amazon Live. I do appreciate you being here. Just get my adjustments ready so I don't blow you out of the water, you know. Let's get some music going. Gotta have the music. How's that? Right? Almost there. Please say hello in the chat. Or it's what happens when you self-produce. There's just so much going on, right? But you never know what can happen there. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again. This is Deals with David. Glad to have you here joining me. Here 4 days a week, twice a day. Yeah, yesterday was here 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then came back on at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here we are. This is 10:30 Eastern Standard Time this morning. And I'll be back again later today at 2:30. We'll take a break. I'll go here today till about 12:30, take a break, and then come on back. We'll talk about some different items as well. Going to put some books into the mix. If you're becoming a regular follower, you know that we talk a lot of audio gear, lighting, live streaming tools, microphones, audio mixers, and some just cool tech stuff. And I love to read books, and I love to read books about victory and personal victory and people's stories. Everybody has a story to tell. So I've been reaching out to independent authors locally that I know from where I live and around the world. We'll be talking as well. And we'll be bringing, in the next few weeks, bringing some of those authors right here live on the channel to talk to all of you about their books. And then, of course, you can purchase their books right here on Amazon Live. If you're new to Amazon Live, I would appreciate you just hovering over here, if you will. Just hover over the screen and you'll see a follow button up top there. I'd appreciate you smash that follow button. Don't smash it, just tap it. You know, just be nice. It's nice around here. The music sets the mood and tells you that, right? And I want to say hello to, I don't know if I get this right, Wee Wee X Song started following. Thank you so much for the follow there, and I appreciate all of you who are coming by to say hello to me here today on Amazon Live. This is Deals with David. My name's David Burrows. I'm your official Amazon influencer here today, and we're going to be talking about some audio equipment. We're going to talk about, I love Behringer products, one of my favorite products to talk about. And just to give you a little bit of background on me, so you know, like, what do I know? What does this guy know? I started being a disc jockey at the young age of 16 years old, and then I started DJing in bars when I was 19, and then I was a karaoke host for many, many years, like 20 years. I've been a live streamer for 11 years, been involved a lot in the entertainment world, and so I kind of know my stuff when it comes to this audio gear, technical stuff, microphones, audio mixers, lighting. I talked about lighting last night on the broadcast, and I've left some of those in here. We'll talk a little bit about the lighting today, but not going to be like super huge into the lighting today. I'll touch on it basically. I like to mix it all up. I do keep bringing a lot of the same products around, so I'll talk about some products and then rotate through them, and then when I come back next week, we'll kind of go through it again, right? And then I've got some new products that are going to be showing up here as well. We're excited to have a wireless microphone from Hollyland, they're called. Going to be talking about them coming up hopefully next week. We'll see how that goes. I'm waiting for the product to arrive so that I can test it and play with it. So we're always reaching out to different product brands, manufacturers, if you will, and seeing if we can get them here. In the meantime, everything I talk about here today and all my broadcasts, I own all of the products. I've purchased them myself. Nobody has paid me to say nice things about their product. You're going to get honest reviews here, and I'm going to demonstrate the products and how to use them as well, so you get an idea if these products work for you. So full transparency here, and when I do get some products that are sponsored, I will be fully transparent about the fact that those are sponsored products. But my integrity is very high here. It Deals with David. I'll still give you a high review, a high integrity review, right? In other words, an honest review of the product as well. And I get the products in advance to test, and if I test the product and play with them and I don't like them, I don't bring them on here. It's that simple, all right? So hello again and welcome to Deals with David. Happy to have you here. Don't be shy. Say hello in the chat. I'm really curious to know where you're watching from, what state or province or country, and what is it you're looking for. Tell me what you're looking for. Hopefully people know enough to, I don't know why I say this because you can't hear me, but unmute for the deals. Make sure you're clicking on that as well. So hello and welcome to Deals with David. Let's jump right in. We're going to talk about the Behringer Eurosport. Let me get this up on the screen. There it is. Let's refresh. Voila. Okay. Make some room here. I need more room. If you could look around and see all the stuff that I got. This is the Behringer. Oh, look at that. This is a solid speaker. I talk a lot about Behringer products because I've used them for years. When I was a mobile disc jockey years ago, you know, mobile meaning like I DJ'd weddings and events, etc. I used Behringer mixing boards, and they always did me really well. They plug and play basically, and built in. They just have so many different products, but they lasted me a lot of years, and The thing about Behringer is, are they the top end of the scale? No. But they're not the bottom end. They're not even the middle. They're just above the middle and the top. And the reason I say that is they got good quality products at affordable prices, reasonable prices. And especially if you're going to be using this equipment to, you know, to make money with, like if you're DJing, you'll 1 DJ gig would get you your money back for most of these products, right? So, and of course, important, great sound as well. We got great sound that comes out of this right here in all the Behringer products. So I see somebody saying hello. Who is that? T3. Hello, T3. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Is this your first time here, T3? I don't recognize your name, so I'm assuming this is your first time here on Deals with David. Let's get the product cam all set up here for us so you can see everything I'm going to talk about here. All right. So 2 speakers, of course. The other speaker down, I've got it down there on the floor. It's got a spot on the back. I'm going to just set this down. Well, it's not super, super heavy. Like, it's heavy. It's a speaker. But I used to have some Yamaha, well, I still have these Yamaha 15s that I've had for over 20 years that don't owe me anything. But they weighed a whole lot more, and you have to. Then they were big, and you lift them up on your shoulder. And every year you got older, they got a little heavier, right? So Behringer, good product, but my wife Jennifer, we would do karaoke, and then a lot of times she would do the karaoke, and she would need to set up on her own and have to ask for help to set things up. With these Behringers here, she just picked them up, set them up, away you go, right? And there's a lot. It's fully featured in here. And the price is just super fantastic for the price. So let's check the chat again. And Barry's watching over on Facebook. Hi, Barry, watching on Facebook. Barry, if you don't know this, if you go to dealswithdavid.live, there should be a link in the description. Bring you right over here to Amazon. You'll get a better viewing experience here on Amazon. And T3, yes, first time here. Very good. Glad you found us here, T3. Where are you watching from? Sir, let me know where you are. And what interests you to be here today. I hope we've got some products that you're interested in. All right, so compact. The other speaker has just a back on it here, and it stores all the cords, microphones, etc. A nice compartment that you can fit everything in there. So let's bring this up on a larger view. And again, if you're watching for the first time, I hope you'll say hello in the chat here on Amazon Live. I'm David, your Amazon influencer here today on Amazon Live. So nice and portable. And this has a lot of great uses. This works great for DJs, for, you know, small to medium-sized rooms. When I say small to medium size, like you could have a room full of a couple hundred people, and this would work very well for you. Especially if you're, you know, playing in like, you know, Legions and Navy clubs, that type of hall, right? Churches, church halls, that sort of thing. It also works great for if you just need a PA system, just for talking, right? I've used this for karaoke. Sound comes out great, where the sound quality is really super important. Music comes out great, and I'll show you some Behringer microphones that you can attach wirelessly right into the system. So less cords the better these days, right? You know, we really like cordless world. That being said, I do rely a lot on, wireless is awesome, but it's got to be reliable wireless. And when you're wired, it's always, you're better connected, right? But I'll show you those microphones as well. T3, Oregon. Just looking to see what this is about. Okay, well, here on Deals with David, I talk about different products. You can see in the carousel in the bottom there, you can spin through the carousel and all the products I talk about. And then if you click on one of those, it takes you to the product. If you choose to buy the product, then that supports me. I get a little commission from Amazon. And even if you don't buy that product, if you keep surfing through Amazon and you purchase something because you started here, that supports me as well. So it's win-win for everybody. And I'm giving some honest reviews, all honest reviews on other products. And I do come back through and talk about the same products over each week, but I always put some new ones in the mix and just try to keep it interesting for you around here. So if there's something in particular that you're looking to see, T3, let me know and I can pull it up on the product page as well. But right now we're talking about the Behringer Eurosport, the EPS 500. And, you know, a lot of standard stuff, but a lot of value packed into this tiny little package that you can see here on our product cam. I'll give you a better view there. How's that? Okay. So your electrical, your on-off switch. This is your 1/4 inch input, right? Oh, let's fix that. There we go. Your 1/4 inch speaker input, right? So you could take this right out, which you can. I'll show you. All right. There you go. Comes right out. So you can have this mounted, just sitting on the desk. It also comes with mount brackets that you can add to the back, and then you could mount this on like a microphone stand or something, so you could just have this right in front of you like this, and all the controls right there. And then this would go over on your speaker stands. It's got the hole in the bottom for the speaker stands, standard fit. Or you can, if you're just playing music and setting it and forgetting it, you can just leave this right in there. There we go. Tighten that in. Right? You could just leave it right in there. Okay. And then this is where your mains. So you're attached to your speaker, and then you're attached to your left and your right in here. And indicator that your power is on. That's always important. And then here's your level, your sound level meter, right? So you know if you're peaking out or not. That's always important. And it does have phantom power built right into it. Some microphones require that 48 volt power, and that's called phantom power. That's built right in. You just on and off. Be careful that you don't use that on the, make sure that your microphone needs the phantom power, and that's always labeled in the instructions as well, right? So that's in there. This is a really cool feature. DJs will use this a lot. This is voice over. It's referred to as audio ducking in the radio world, the recording world. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, awesome. Hey, glad to have you here, T3. I hope you stick around. When you turn this on, when you're playing music, when you talk into the microphone, it automatically brings the music, it detects your voice, and then it brings the music level down. Still keeps the music playing so it can be heard in the background, but then the person talking is the dominant part of what's being broadcast out through the speakers. And then when you're done talking, it brings the music back up to normal again. So not completely necessary, but just a nice added feature where you don't have to worry about turning your volume down. Back in my day, I always just, I got to talk, bring the volume down, talk, bring the music back up. Here, just does it automatically, and you can set the sensitivity of that by turning it on or telling it if it's speech or music that is happening, right? So nice feature there as well. Now here is an MP3 playback, MP3 player built right into this system. So if you're still, I guess this would be a little old school nowadays, but if you have a USB and you have a whole bunch of MP3s on the USB, you just plug that into this spot right here where it says MP3 playback. Plug that in, press play, and it will now go through all the music on your USB. You just set it and forget it, right? This is just kind of a plug it in, let the music play, walk away, and you got music in the background. You know? But you do have some control. This here's the random button. So you press the random button, and that's exactly what it does. It goes through all the MP3s on your USB and just randomly keeps selecting one to mix things up a little bit. Of course, you play and you can pause it just by pressing that as well. And you also have your forward and reverse. So the next song or the previous song. So you do have some control there as well. It's not what I recommend for DJing, but a lot of times, like a buck and doe, for example, at least here in Canada, we call it a buck and doe or a stag and doe. You know, a lot of times people would say, well, I want you to DJ my buck and doe. And I'd be like, I'd be happy to do it. But honestly, nobody dances at those kind of things. They really just, want to play some poker or card games. Anyway, some kind of function where you just need music playing in the background. that would work perfectly. Always got to bring the water. Here we go. I talk for 4+ hours a day. Gotta have the water. So that, again, that's great for something in the background, just random play. Nice feature to have there as well. Now, hooking up a monitor. When I say monitor, I don't mean a TV monitor. A lot of times people sing karaoke, or especially bands or musicians, they need to hear themselves. So they hook up another speaker, or what they call a monitor, right? So that they can hear their voice and the music coming through. And the nice thing about this is, a lot of times on mixers, if they're not a powered mixer, you need to have a powered speaker that would be a good monitor, right? Here, you don't need that. You got the power already built right into the mixing board. So it's a powered mixer. Plug in another speaker with 1/4 inch, and away you go. You're off to the races. I have another one around here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's up there. And so I could plug right into that and then be able to hear myself. So just additional speakers is right. So you got the speakers blaring out, and then you maybe have some monitors facing you. That's what that is there for. And then you have an individual volume for those speakers. So you might have the playback speakers, you know, DJing the tunes blaring out, and then the monitor facing you, and you have the individual control volume for that. So a lot of control here on this Behringer, the EPS 500, made by Behringer. Great product, great price. It's about $1 a watt. So can't really go wrong with that. Now, like a lot of, like everything else, here's your main, right? So when you have your microphone and your music and whatever all plugged in, when you turn the main up, all the volume on everything comes up. It just all comes up. Then you have all your individuals, right? So everybody, all the years I did karaoke, people would always say, "Can you give me some echo? Give me lots of echo." And it's like, no, I don't want to give you lots of echo. They thought it made them sound better. It didn't. Echo. Anyway, it does have reverb built into it. It's just one standard style reverb, but nice to have. You know, sometimes a little effect on the microphone. I get it. Nice to have that feature in there as well. Or maybe you're doing some Halloween spooky stuff. You want some echo in there so you can, you know, scare people. I don't know, do the ghostly sounds. But reverb is there, and then you simply turn it on or off, right? On or off for each line, and then how much of the reverb. This is the reverb send right here. Okay, so that's nice feature. I will admit on karaoke, it's nice to have just a touch of effects, but some people want it like, I don't know why they thought, oh, when they're singing, okay, Elvis, give me lots of echo. Elvis didn't have any of that, man, he just sang. All right, so here you go, line 1. Again, your reverb on or off. You have your bass and your treble, so that's nice to, you know, adjust the voice a little bit. I had somebody the other day ask me if I could make them sound really great. I'm like, the buttons only do so much. You have to provide the good sound. But bass and treble in there for whatever you're doing. So the XLR microphone, if you don't know what that is, and I'm always assuming like people don't necessarily know. I mean, you might know what I'm talking about, but there's a lot of people, when you say XLR microphone, they're like, what are you talking about? The 3-prong thing? Oh yeah, so there it is. That's an XLR microphone cable. It's a Behringer microphone that I have here. And it just goes, whoops. This goes right in there like that. And what I like about Behringer is they've created deep holes. Sometimes on cheaper mixing boards, you go to push things in, it just kind of sits there like that. Whereas Behringer, it's all the way in, it's locked in, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. In fact, when I pull it out, I have to give it a good tug just to get it out of there. So you know that you're getting good connection and reliability there when you're connected well. So that's important as well. So that's an XLR cable. And with that, you know, you'd have your XLR microphone. Behringer has nice microphones. I think I have some in the chat, and then or in the carousel, and I've got some wireless coming up here. 1/4 inch for line in, like a guitar or a keyboard. You could plug in a 1/4 inch microphone as well if you wanted. But I recommend XLR. It just has better oomph and power behind it. And again, your treble and your bass settings. And that works for 1, 2, 3, 4 channels, right? So all the same here. All have the reverb and the line in, etc. Now, auxiliary in, this would be for, you might have like, if a guitar player had like foot pedals, right? You could plug into that there. And again, you still have your treble and your bass for that, okay? This is so this is an 8-channel mixer, but these last two actually share each other. So you would have, pardon me, auxiliary in with 1/4 inch, or RCA in. So you might have, if you have a CD player, or maybe like a laptop, you have an RCA cable coming out from your source and going in. And then there's this one here that's RCA in as well, or the MP3 player. Let me get back to that. So here's your CD or your line in. Like I say, you'd have like a 3.5 millimeter plug to RCA or whatever that looks like for you. And you could go in there and have that control. Or in this line. And then there's a switch right here. Let's see if you can give you a little better view of that. So right there, CD in. Or I don't know why they call it CD. Does anybody have a CD player anymore? Or MP3 player. So if I push that in, right? See, in and out. So if it's in, that means this is the volume. I'm playing my USB MP3s, and this is the control volume and bass and treble for the MP3 player. Or if I have that out, then I'm using this line. So it's a shared line, if you will, right? But great power, 500 watts, Behringer quality, and a lot of features in there. There's a lot of flexibility, a lot of different uses for this Behringer. I really love this. I've had a lot of different systems over the year. I have some other systems over there, some Monoprice, whatever, that I've used. But this is my most favorite, most reliable. And just for the price, you're really getting a lot of value here. I keep throwing things around. Gotta stop that. So there you go. There's the Eurosport, the Behringer, and you will not go wrong with that if you need some sound. All right. Oh, I shouldn't put that away. I'm not done showing you yet. I wanted to show you those microphones. I just needed a bit of a workout, that's all. Because I wanted to show you these microphones. This is a pretty cool addition, and works well with Behringer because, well, they're Behringer microphones. Let's get it up here on my screen. Wireless microphones for this unit, sold separately, but real easy to hook up. 2 microphones in one. Right? 2 cordless mics. There's a manual in there. And this is the receiver. Now you could actually plug this into any USB input that's taking audio, like on your computer. You could plug this in, and that would work the same. And then you can see here, nice solid microphones, right? And this is how you turn it on, and then there's the volume up and down, so you can increase the volume or lower the volume of the microphone output. Solid product, built well. Let me just unscrew here. I don't have this hooked up, but, and then in here. Right, 2 AA batteries fits in there nice. Click. Put it all back together. Okay, now here's how you hook this up. So you've got two microphones here, so people singing together, talking together, whatever works. And then you just simply plug it in to this slot right here, digital wireless, right there. And then when you turn it on, you're all set to go. And line 1 controls one mic, and line 2 controls the other mic, right? Nice and simple. Away you go, all plugged in. You don't need any, I mean, I have wireless microphones that have, you know, big receivers and stuff. Of course, they work great, but when you're portable like this, you just take this, plug it in, there you go, turn it on, you're all set to go. I set up for karaoke in like 5-10 minutes. Easy peasy, right? And sold separately, but made by Behringer to work with Behringer. Again, you could plug this into your laptop computer or a PC computer, anything that takes a USB input. I've plugged this into, using a lightning adapter, plug this into my iPad so I can talk and record in there as well. So that's the Behringer microphones. All right. Well, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're keeping well. Hope life's treating you good. Please say hello in the chat. I'd like to know who's out there and who's watching, and if you have anything you want to add in, or maybe you've got some product that you use that you'd like to share. All right, now I can move this out of my way. All right, some more Behringer product. This is one of my favorites, and the best part of this, the price was brought down on this. It started yesterday morning. Yesterday morning this came down. Like 35% off right now. Right? And also an Amazon's Choice product. When it says Amazon's Choice beside a product, what that means is they actually tested the product, looked at the product closely, you know, looked at the company behind the product, just went through a process to make sure that this is a good quality product in order for Amazon to put their trademark beside it, or their name beside it, if you will. So whenever you see Amazon's Choice, you know you're getting a good quality product. Whenever you see the product here on my show, you know you're getting a good quality product. I own all of these. I've used all of these, all of the products that are here. I've used them all, and I only talk about stuff that I like. And I will even throw in some of the things that I don't like about the product. Not that it's making it a bad product, it's just, I don't think there's a perfect product, is there? All right. Let's say we change up the music. Let's say we change up the music. There we go. Let's try this. A little bit of rock. All right. Change the mood around here. Listen, Behringer, as I've said before, makes great quality products at really affordable prices, budget prices, if you will, but without lacking the quality or without lacking features, quite honestly. You know, I think one of the things that we always want, software is a good example. Well, I wish it would do this, and I wish it would do this, right? Okay, we'll add that feature in. Behringer is constantly keeping up and staying relevant with the industry, and that's important when you're looking at products to see, is this company going to stick around for a while? Behringer's been around for a long time and putting out great quality products, and products that I've been proud to use. Not only as a DJ, but as a live streamer as well. This was actually one of my first the first mixing board I used for live streaming is down here. It's called a Just Mixer by Maker Heart. They don't make it that anymore, but I'm using that down here. But I went from that into this Behringer I call it the Xenix. I don't know, Xenix. 302 USB. Just a single channel mixer. But here's what's powerful about it. There's your one line. Again, your XLR or 1/4 inch, whatever you want to put in there. Okay. Built-in gain, so you have some power behind it. A lot of people say, oh, gain, oh, volume. No, volume is volume. Gain is different. Gain does bring up the volume, but what it's actually doing is pushing out pressure. It's pushing out a little more on, give it that little extra push. Pressure, like water pressure, garden hose, you know, more water pressure, but it comes out, makes it come out clean, right? And then you have your volume. Here you have your bass and your treble, or your low and your high, whatever, however you want to refer to it. And then your pan left and right. Okay, so perfect for that. Now, if we come over to here, let me just give you a little, I want you to really see this. There we go, okay. This is one of the reasons that I got this mixer, was it had the XLR, but it also had the option for headsets. Now the headset, back here, there we go. I'm going to get to this headset a little bit later, but you know, gaming headset or just headset. So those are your 3.5 minutes. So I could go in there like that. So when I did mobile live streaming, like at hockey games, there would be me and maybe another co-host. And we would both have headsets. We could plug directly into this. And then what I would do, so we could both plug in, is I would just get some splitters, right? Come here. Right? So then I could plug that into the headsets for speakers, and then so I could plug in 2 microphones into one and 2 headsets so that we could hear each other when we were talking. And it worked beautifully. And then, if that wasn't enough, what was beautiful was that it ran on battery power. It doesn't run on electrical at all, USB power. So I would run it off the Power Add battery, which I have over there. And didn't take a lot of power. Or you could plug this directly into your computer, and now you've just connected a mixer to your computer. So if you want to have external control of microphones going into your computer, simple USB plug-in. In fact, I use this now that I've moved to a different mixer for my mobiles that has 2 channels, the Amoon mixer. I use this on my other home studio that's off to my side here that you can't see, but I record and narrate audiobooks for authors. So I plug my Shure Beta right into that, my XLR mic. This runs into my computer. It's all powered and ready to go. And I've got full control over how my microphone sounds. Really great product. And then you've got line-ins if you wanted to run like a phone or a laptop to play some music to come through your broadcast. You got 2 line inputs here. And then output, like, so what I would use this for, so I use an iPad for my live streaming. I'm using an iPad here today. So I come out of my output here to a 3.5 millimeter with a TRRS connector, plug that into my iPad, and microphone, everything flows right into that. So great product. Here's the best part. When I bought this, it was $79. It's 35% off right now. 35% off. That's like $30. $30. 35% off. Amazing that they're doing this right now, and Amazon's choice. And this just started yesterday morning on this price, so I don't know how long it's going to last. But if you're looking for just a single line for some simple recording, maybe you're doing a YouTube channel, recording some audio books, for a podcast, even a mobile podcast, beautiful to do. And at a really affordable price right now at 35% off. Quality product made by Behringer. You will not go wrong with that. So get into that right now if that's something that you're looking for. All right. Can I reach this? There we go. Tonight I'll have my wireless. I'm going to start using my wireless. Why not? Why wouldn't you? Okay. So I'll just say, take a moment and say hello and welcome once again. This is Deals with David, and I'm your host, David Burrows, here, one of your official Amazon influencers here on Amazon Live. You know, great having you here. I hope you'll hover over, click the follow button so you get notified every time I go live and when I update my store. Lots of really professional Amazon Live creators here for you to enjoy. So make sure you check out beauty products, pet products, lots of tech stuff going on. Motorcycle gear I talk about here. Probably talk about that a little bit later today. And some lighting, just whatever you're looking for, there's an Amazon Live creator out there talking about it for you to learn about and get honest reviews about the products as well, like I'm going to do here just now. Talking about audio mixers right now. This is another one that I like to use. And I've had people say, David, why do you have so many? They all serve the similar purpose, but they all have a little tiny difference to them, right? You know, like this one right here, the Saramonic that I'm going to talk to you about. Saramonic, another company making good products. Just want to adjust that. Don't want the music too loud. Saramonic, there you go, already comes in a nice case. I've said it before, I'll probably say it every broadcast. When you buy a product and it comes in a nice box, sturdy box, and then if it comes, like if it's something that comes with a case like this, and the case is sturdy, like you can look at that and you can see that it was, so where's my glasses? Where are my glasses? Well, I just had them. Well, isn't that silly? I'm losing it. Hello, Carl. How you doing? Right in front of me, hiding. Yeah, nice to see you, Carl. Carl, do yourself a favor and come on over and click on dealswithdavid.live. It should be in the description there, and it'll bring you over to Amazon, and you'll get a better viewing experience here on Amazon Live. And then you can click the follow button over here so you get notified when I go live here. Okay, I need cleaner. Where is it? There it is. This is my cleaner. I don't know if that's in the carousel today or not. It should be somewhere. Maybe not. Switch over to Saramonic. There we go. I gotta clean my glasses. I use this stuff every day. Quick spray. Gotta be able to see what I'm doing. But welcome. Good to have you here with Deals with David. We're talking about audio mixers again today. I will be adding some new product. So if you've been here before, you'll see that I have a lot of the same products that I talk about, but that's because I don't want people who haven't been here before to miss out. But then I'm always doing my best to add in some new product as well. There we go. Ah, all the better to see you with, my dear. What's happening in your world today, Carl? How's things? I'll be back again. So doing till about 12:30 here today, and then I'll be back again. I'll take a little break. I'll be back at 2:30 to talk about some other products. Got some new products that are going to be coming to the carousel hopefully next week. We're just waiting for them to arrive in the mail from our sponsors. But right now we're talking about Saramonic and their mixers. We were just finishing up with the Behringer product. So strong case, you can see right there. You can just look and tell, like, so it was sewn in underneath there, and then they sewn over top. Like, it's just put together well. It's not just cheap thread, and it's strong material. It's water resistant material as well. So if you happen to get caught in the rain, that's never good for your equipment, right? And it's just right there. And you can see, like, belt on the back if you wanted to get. This is great for musicians. Okay, this is what this is really great for. And you might want to carry that with you. And here comes the product. Okay. Now I'll say right off the bat, one of the things that I didn't like about this product was that it doesn't run off of, like, it doesn't have USB power. But that being said, it runs off 9-volt battery, right? You can see right there. That being said, for real portability and trying to keep it compact and probably trying to keep as minimal electrical parts inside it as possible, I understand why they did that. And you can get like several hours out of a 9-volt battery using this mixer. And here's a connector as well for mounting on, say, like a camera mount or a hot shoe mount. The standard 1/8 of an inch size for that, right? And then there is also these for running through like a strap, if you will. Okay. This operates 2 XLR or 2 3.5mm inputs headsets, right? What's great about this as well, and it's 1/4 inch as well. So if you wanted to have a microphone plugged in here, and then you wanted to say have a guitar plugged into another one, so microphone in here, guitar in here, and you've got control over volume of both. There you go. There, and if you had that plugged into a little mini amp like the Behringer, you could plug this into. This would work really great for that. But what's nice about it is mono or stereo. There's a switch for that right there. On the Behringer single line that I showed you a moment ago, line 1 uses either headsets or the XLR, right? Whereas here, if I plugged an XLR into line 1 and headsets into line 1, they would both work. It's just that they both, when you turn the volume up, both the volume comes up on them. So if you needed to add in 3 microphones, for example, even 4 if you really wanted to, you could have an XLR mic, and then you could have a headset and a headset. So you really could have 4 microphones all going. Now, that's not the perfect ideal way to do it because of you really want to have individual volume control, but if you needed to, it's there, right? I've used this for my mobile broadcasts as well. The only reason I don't as often is because I like the USB power, because I've always got my power add batteries around, right? But 9-volt battery, you'll get a lot of life. It doesn't really take a lot of power, right? So your individual volume controls there, and then here's a switch to use it for smartphone device or regular device, I call it, DSLR, laptop, that sort of thing. And when you're using the smartphone device, there's the blurry TRRS, right? So the 4 rings that is for plugging into an iPhone. If you're below an iPhone 7, if you're iPhone 7 and above, you're going to need one of these. Right, the Lightning to 3.5mm adapter, which is in the carousel. Something else I repeat myself a lot. I know you can find third-party Lightning connectors and chargers. Apple works with Apple. Yes, you pay more, but Apple works with Apple. The only thing I've found that works okay is chargers. Like I have some third-party charging cables, but even still, once in a while, they go, this accessory does not work, blah, blah, blah. Pay a little bit more, but Apple works with Apple. That's what I recommend anyway, okay? So you have that and you switch, and it also has that phantom power that we talked about, right? So you can turn it on, phantom power, or just regular old standard on, and of course you can see, you'll know whether you're on or if you're in phantom power just by the light indicators that are there as well, and then off in the middle. And then of course, if you want to monitor what's happening, you plug in some headphones with 3.5mm output, and you'll be able to hear exactly what's being put out as well via, again, the output cable. Now, I will say this, so the Saramonic has this on a great price right now, but they also have one that has the lightning adapter built right in, but it's like $100 more. So honestly, for $7.99, get this adapter, plug it, and then you've got one that works with all, right? Because this works on Android as well. Any 3.5mm input, right? So Saramonic, again, a great product, nice solid product. Here's the size that it fits in my hand, just to give you an idea. It's not that big at all. It's nice and portable. It's really light as well. So, and again, mounted on, you know, hot shoe or whatever type of mount you're going to use, and folds up nice. Battery kept inside here in this nice case. Oh. So if you put it in right, and there you go. All set, ready to go, packed up, nice and compact. Again, the Saramonic mixer, Smart Rig mixer, 2-channel. But you could see how I showed you how you could get 4 in there as well if you really needed to, right? So there you have the Saramonic. All right, and as I was talking about earlier with all of this, the PowerAd batteries, which I don't have one here to show you at the moment, but just because they're over there, I can't reach them. I probably could reach. Hi, don't let me scare you. I do have my wireless that I could wear. I'll wear that this afternoon when I come back. Here we go. This is the PowerAd battery. I've been using PowerAd batteries for about 3 years now. Solid, durable, like commercial grade battery. Drop it on the floor, you're probably okay. I don't recommend dropping anything, but it is heavy duty design. 20,000 milliamps of power. What does that mean, David? Depending on what you're charging, you will get, let's see what they boast over here. So yeah, large capacity for days. Well, like 5 charges to an iPhone 11, like from 0 to full 5 times, right? So for that, or an iPad like 2.5 times, you know, Galaxies, whatever you can plug into with a USB. I use this for my drone. If I'm out in the middle of a field, you know, I've left my van at the side of the road and I need to charge up, I've got this portable power. Hours and hours, basically. I've live streamed using my iPad and constantly on and video, which takes a lot of power, and I could run like 8 hours. I've run 8 hours off of one charge out of this battery on my iPad live streaming. So very, very well put together. This particular model has 2 inputs. One side is 1 amp and the other side is 2.1 amps for charging faster, or if you're charging an iPad, that's why the iPad has a different block charger, as it needs at least 2.1 amps in order to charge properly. So you have that. Now, what's really cool, is it still on? It is. You switch over and choose the red one, which is, see, I don't even go to there. Go to the red one. And this is also an Amazon's Choice, so you know you're getting a good quality product and you're going to get a good deal. Look at this. Normally $24.90, so it was $26.99. It's on for $24.99. And then if you click the coupon there, let me show you that. Right there, another $6 savings when you check out, when you do this today. So, and when I first started buying them, they were like $32. What's nice about this red version, both inputs are 3.1 amps output, and it's still a 20,000 milliamp battery. So wow, if you need to charge fast and regularly, that's the way. I'm going to order a couple more just because I already have about 10 of these, just because I use them a lot between drones and everything else that I do. So PowerAd. Add power with PowerAd. And you really can't go wrong with that deal in there today. Okay. Oops. So I've been talking about these headphones, and I got them in, I had similar ones that were similar but different. A lot of times companies will see a product and they'll go, hey, they're a duplicate company, they call them. They'll reach out to a company and say, hey, we want to buy 50,000 of your units. If we buy 50,000, will you put our name on it? Sure. Radio Shack did it for years. They had the name Realistic. A lot of the speakers that they sold back in the day, Realistic speakers, were actually made by Bose. That's right. And a lot of their products did that until they started Tandy Corporation and started making all their own electronics. But Bose they were Realistic speakers, right? So that's what happened with these as well. But I got these, the originals, yesterday. Glad to have these. All right, so these are the Banggood G9000 stereo headphones. Now, the reason I have these in the carousel, I talk about quality products. This is a quality product for the price, okay? For the price. I do have in there as well, I usually talk about the Razer Ultimates. Where are they? Right here, okay? But these two cannot be put into the same category. The Razers here have super maxed out comfort, a lot of design, a lot of controls, great sounding microphone. But these are also $199, right? So we'll come back to that maybe later tonight. But right now I want to talk about this. And I like blue. Blue and red are two of my favorite colors. But comfort in this is always really important. And I have a large head. So being able to fit properly for me is important as well, okay? So this does, you can see you've got simple adjustment, okay? Both sides. So I gotta go all the way out. So if I put those on, okay? So initially, I've got to take those out. There we go. So initially I put these on and they fit okay. Like they fit around my big head. And you know, they're decently comfortable. I do have, you know, adjustment here on the side for where I want my microphone. Just use it for headphones, put it up and away or wherever I need to, right? So that's handy as well. It's a, I mean, this is plastic as well. It's hard plastic, right? Play toy plastic, I like to call it. But it's decently comfortable, except, you know, every time I move, you know, I can feel, I can hear the foam, you know, all that sort of stuff. So, but they're $20, folks, okay? Now that being said, they are pretty cool. Nice pretty blue. Let's get my ears back in. Okay. But they're pretty slick looking, right? They do have the adjustment. So, you know, hard plastic, they are flexible, you know. These would be great for like young kids that, you know, how kids are really hard on their toys, right? And if they're just getting into gaming, that sort of thing. It's got a really nice long cord, so there is lots of room. It's got the TRRS built right into it there. Let me switch that around. There, it's probably easier for you to see. So TRRS, or you can have the adapter as well if you wanted to plug that into an iPhone 7 or above, or an iPad that takes the Lightning connector, right? You do have your individual volume controls, so volume of your headphones. What's always really nice too on this is having a built-in mute button, right? And it's a stiff mute button, like you actually. And the reason that I like a stiff mute button is because if it's too loose and you bump it around or whatever, it accidentally gets muted and you don't even know it, right? Especially these days. Have you ever noticed? Oops, you're muted. Oh yeah, sorry. So built-in control to that. That's a lot nicer rather than having to go to the computer or the Xbox or whatever and finding a mute button to click on. You've got that control built right in. And again, a long cable. Here's what's fun about this, though. This is the fun part. Grab my PowerAd battery, turn that on, and look at that. Pretty blue lights. That's kind of cool. All right. Decent quality sound. The microphone in it, do I want to? I used it yesterday. Decent quality microphone, right? Good for communicating in the game or in Discord, that sort of thing. It is a $20 headset, right? So don't expect amazing things from it. But if you just need to talk, you just need to hear, this works really great, especially if you like blue. Does it come in different colors? There's purple. There's red. So there you go. Banggood 9000, $20. This would be great for, like I said, the kids that are hard on their toys. That would be a good place to start. And then that way, if it breaks, it's a $20 bill, not a $200 bill, right? Right, okay. Well, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. If you're watching here today, let me know, is this your first time? Have you been here before? What are you looking at? What are you looking for? If there's something that you're looking for that's not in the carousel, then let me know. I'll pull it right up here on my product page right here and now. We'll take a look and I can give you an opinion, if you like, on what I think of the product. I'm going to drink some water. I could not get through. I could not get through a broadcast without my water. That's for sure. All right, where are we now? My Blue Yeti. Lovely. Where is it? Over there. Gonna need a bigger place. All right. I do a lot of talking. I do a lot of different broadcasting and shows, podcasts, etc. And I really, really rely a lot on my Blue Yeti microphone. There it is under the product can. Blue, the company Blue, makes a lot of great products that come from Blue Yeti, or from Blue in microphones, etc. And they've just really become a leader in the industry when it comes to microphones. And quality, solid products, again, reasonably priced. You can see the price there in the carousel. Not overly expensive, but highly, highly respected in the industry as far as microphones go. Now, everybody has their favorite type of microphone. Some people say Blue makes a great microphone, Technica. There's a lot of great microphones out there. But for everything that this product does, and it fits right into the proper category for my budget, and especially if you're just starting out, I mean, I can look around my room, I've spent a lot of money on gadgets and products, but good quality sound. I teach my students when I teach my live streaming class, and one of the things I tell them is you can have great looking video, but if the sound sucks, people tend not to stick around as much. So you really have to look at a good quality product for your broadcast, whether that be your live streaming. What is that? That's different. Stream Beach Rock. Well, I've never heard that one before. Anyway, as I was saying, you can have, if you don't have good sound, people tend to go away from you, right? So even here, I'd make sure that I have a good quality live mic when I'm talking to you, so that you can be interested in what I'm saying, right? If it's distorted or crackly or sounds off, you tend not to want to stick around. Blue has done a great job. This is the Blue Yeti. We will also talk about the Blue Yeti X, which I'll show you. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the video speak for itself here. So take a look at this.
Just wanna jump and take a melody, pump it up like it ain't no thing. To get right into it, and I might have blow it them, but don't let them influence you. See, girl, I know we changed a lot, and said a lot of them try can't take your spot. So let's pop that bubble and let loose the trouble. Go and get it on the double, and we'll land it in a cuddle. Yeah. Oh damn, I might have just caught feelings so high, let's touch that ceiling. And I got some baggage to deal with. My heart's on the line, don't steal it. And I know what you're thinking, but check it. I got a lot more than a few reps on a record, and if we wanna go back, that's all right. Now we're going back to my
Take me back with you, take me back, take me back, take me back with you, take me back with you.
What's going on, guys? Yo boy Roy here, showing you a desk tour of my setup. As a gaming YouTuber and Twitch streamer, it's always been my goal to have some of the most top-of-the-line equipment to bring my audience the most pleasurable experience. What you're hearing right now is the blacked-out Blue Yeti microphone. This is my personal and pro gamer's choice for delivering crystal-clear audio to our audiences. This microphone has been responsible for all the commentary I provide on my series Inside the Mind of a Diamond, dedicated to helping players get better at Rainbow Six Siege. The Yeti features 4 different pattern settings to stream, podcast, or record in ways that would normally require multiple microphones. Coupled with the simple controls for headphones, volume, instant mute, and pattern selection, the Yeti allows me to quickly optimize my commentary for nice, clean audio.
Hi, this is Hillary from Blue, and let's check out Yeti. Yeti is a multi-pattern USB microphone. As a plug-and-play USB microphone, it connects directly to the USB port on your laptop or desktop computer, and without having to download any other software, will work with your favorite recording program, whether you're recording to GarageBand or Audacity, podcasting, dictation, or even Skype. Yeti features 3 condenser capsules. A condenser capsule delivers that rich, detailed audio you typically find in studio recordings. As a multi-pattern microphone, Yeti offers 4 polar pattern options, or directions in which the mic will pick up sound. Yeti will record in cardioid, which is directionally to the front, great for instruments or single-person podcasts. Yeti will also record in omnidirectional, which is 360 degrees around the mic. This is great for band practice, a chorus, or multi-person podcast. Yeti will also record in stereo, which is right and left. This is great for instrument recording to get your right and left separation, or for voice and vocals, it gives you an open, natural room sound. And last, Yeti will record in figure of 8 or bidirectional, which just means front and back. This is great for duets or interviews. Yeti features some studio controls directly on the mic. On the back, above your polar pattern selection, you have analog gain control, which allows you to adjust the sensitivity of the microphone. You can also plug headphones directly into Yeti for zero latency direct monitoring, which is great for multi-tracking or just being able to hear exactly what you're recording without any echo or delay. Yeti features headphone volume on the front, as well as a mute button. in case you have to sneeze in the middle of a podcast. Yeti comes with this desktop stand, but also has a standard thread for connecting to a traditional mic stand, or the Radius, which is Yeti's custom shock mount sold separately. For more information, visit bluemic.com.
All right, there you go. The Blue Yeti demonstration. Great product. And who have we got out there? Garrett says, what is this? This is Amazon Live. Welcome. How do I become an Amazon influencer? There's a link around somewhere probably that you click on. You do have to apply. You don't just, it's not like Twitch or YouTube or anything where anybody can do it. You do have to apply, and you have to have some kind of social media influence or followers. They don't actually make it very clear what is required, but all you can do is apply, right? So thanks for being here, Garrett. And Garrett, if you're interested in seeing more, I hope you'll hover over and click on the follow button that's up above me over here, so you'll get notified every time I go live. Yeah, Blue Yeti, a great product, and just a lot of great sound comes out of this. And if I bring myself back up over here, like here's the whole size of it, right? Straight up and down, okay? And again, the mute button, volume control, you can plug in your headphones into the bottom part. It's all run off USB into your computer, so it's powered by the computer, plugs right into the computer, so you don't need a mixing board or anything. And you do have your controls on the back for your gain and the 4 different patterns that Hillary spoke about from Blue as well. And nice and solid. I do have on the bottom there, as Hillary mentioned, you connect that to a standard microphone stand or a boom mic. I have an adapter here that I could actually screw this onto my boom mic here. I have it over there on my other desk that I use for that. So really solid product, great for podcasts, great for live streaming, anything where you're going to be doing recording, even for bands. You know, set it on the floor and you have the proper setting for that. If you're interviewing around a table, if there's multiple people, you set the microphone in the middle and set it to the proper pattern, and it will pick up all the way around. I've had my Blue Yeti now for a couple of years, and I'm really, really happy with it. They do have a more updated version, the Blue Yeti X. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Yeah. So the Blue Yeti X also, it has the same setup, but it's got some software that comes with it, and it's got just improved sound quality, and it's just it's a little bit more money, but depends what you're looking for. But if you're looking to get started, the Blue Yeti USB microphone is a great place to start. All right. Let's go into our next product. Boya! Boya, oh boya! I'm silly that way. I just have to remember where I put everything. There we go. All right. All right. Another product that I really love to talk about, we're going to get into this here, is Boya products. Now they make a single lavalier mic. This is a wireless lav microphone system. Runs on 2.4 gigahertz wireless. And it very similar to, the newer lighting products, or Behringer, Amoon. Good quality products, not the top of the line, and not below, just above middle, in my opinion, for good quality product and value for the price, right? Now they also make a single version of what I'm showing you here, but once you've got 2, who needs 1? And here it is again. water resistant, very well put together. You can tell just by the way they sew things together, right? You know, and they take the time to sew in their tag and their brand, right? It's just when things come in a good case, you know, even the zipper is solid. I'm right-handed, not left. There we go. And then open sesame, right? And a lot of thought went into the case as well, because of, you know, giving some extra zipper space here or pocket space here that you can zip up as well. Also water resistant, and they left some space like in between. So, like for example, I could take. Well, let's try this. Let's see if this would fit. You know, if you got extra cables you want to put in there, there's a phone that goes in there. Like voila, right? Interesting. And you can do that, or you've got your, you know, any of your adapters that you need to put in there, and they left space, so you're not squishing anything in there as well. Okay. So comes with 2 lavalier microphones, of course, right? And then let me get that music back on. We need some music again, don't we? There we go. So your standard TRS input, right, which is what you need for this. So you got 2 of those. It does come with the windscreens as well. They're in a little package, windscreens and the clips for the lav mics. And here's a connector for if you're putting it onto a hot shoe, if you wanted to mount that on, right? And then it comes with your cables for either standard TRS, you know, input, or TRS to TRRS if you're plugging that into, say, a smartphone or an iPad. So you've got all the cables that you need comes with, right? And then of course your transmitters. So 2 transmitters and your receiver. Here's the size. Nice small size in there as well. So very compact, very light. I don't have the batteries in this right now, but very light. I have rechargeable batteries that you can purchase that will work in this. So on-off switch, of course, and then here's the pair. Really thought this out too with the clip. This is really good quality. You see they got the how they designed the grips in there, so it clips on, so it's non-slipless. Non-slip. It grabs a hold in there good, so it doesn't slip off, and it can turn as well. You know, every situation is different. Maybe it fits better sideways, and it goes and does the whole 360 if you need it to, right? So very well thought out there. So here's interesting about this. Once you have things hooked up, and it's very simple to pair. You just turn on the receiver and the transmitters, press the pair button, and it will flash blue slowly. When you're flashing blue slowly, you're in. You're all set up. But here's what I like about it. So obviously you plug your microphone. So nice and simple like that. But you could also plug a line in. What do you mean line in? Well, let's say you had some music you wanted to play into the broadcast and transmit it. I could plug in, you know, my iPhone or my Android device using a 3.5mm output and plugging into that and play it, and it will transmit it as well. So, and you can have both going at the same time, which is great, right? So there's 2 of those that do that. And then the receiver, headphone jack for a person at the other end if they're producing, etc., and they want to be able to hear and monitor if you're coming through, they can do that. And then line out, so you would take, for example, on a computer, you would, if you wanted to record what was happening, this, and then plug this into your 3.5mm slot on your computer, and it will go into the computer and you'll be able to record. You could even take that and plug that into, if you got a TRRS adapter, you could plug that into an iPhone for recording as well. So they really thought it through with all the functionality of this Boya product, the Boya WM4 Pro, and it really is a pro wireless system. And again, the casing, Put together very well. And it's snug and fits in there. It's not going anywhere. Great product. Love Boya. Pack it all up. Actually, start like this. There's always a way things fit, right? Do that, and I'm going to take the microphones and put them in here so they don't get messed up with all the other cords. Really well put together product. 2.4 gigahertz, so you can get decent range. I think probably about 1,000 feet line of sight. I'm not sure what it says here. Two people automatically avoids interference up to 50 meters, so 164 feet. That's probably lots of room. Right, and then again, nice rugged case for portability. Put it in, you're good to go. And that fits right into your mobile. If you're a mobile live streamer or mobile vlogger, that works really well in there. Okay. Put you back there. I'm gonna have to organize again soon. Oh, Alice, does it support micro to USB-C? Oh, we've moved on from the Yeti. Oh, I can go back. I can go back. Does it support micro to USB-C? Oh, yes. Yes, you would have to get a different adapter. It doesn't come with that. But you would be able to plug that in, and that would work, yes. Sorry, I missed your question earlier.
Means front and back.
So Alice, I hope you're still here and that answered your question. I haven't done it personally from the micro to USB-C, but I have seen it done. So that's the best answer that I can give you for that. I hope that helps. That's the best answer I can give you. Now what I want to do is move on to some more lav mics, which, here I go again. Gonna have to stretch. I don't know why I didn't hook up my wires, but I'm going to later today. When I come back this afternoon, I'll use my single Boya lav mic. Okay. This is a really great product as well. It's so great that I have two of them. This is the, and do I have this going here? All right. This is the industry standard LM200 microphone. This is a lav microphone. Okay, so let's bring that up. LM200 microphone. This is a dual lav mic. Okay, a dual lav mic. Okay. And this is like super long. I'm not even going to unravel it because it's so long. It takes time to put back. It's 20 feet, I want to say. Yeah, staggering 20 feet cable, allowing you to move without restrictions and limitations, making it perfect for. So, wireless is great, you know, and it's good, reliable wireless. But when you have good, strong cable connected in, it's just there's no room for interference, right? So 20 feet to move around, especially right now if you're doing interviews but need to social distance. This will keep you away from each other. Two lav mics. Good quality sounding, 20-foot cable, and it has the TRRS connector, so you could use that again on your iPad or any of the iPhones that have the 3.5mm input, so anything below an iPhone 7. Getting scarcer and scarcer. But you can again use the 3.5mm to Lightning adapter and just plug that right in. Do not use third-party adapters for the microphones. They often are only working one way for output. If you're just using it for that, then go ahead and get your third-party. But as I've said earlier, Apple just works with Apple. I don't know if you're still there, Alice, but hopefully if you are, I answered your question. And I'll just take a moment and say hello and welcome to all of you who are just joining me here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, David Burrows, your official Amazon influencer here today. And if you would do me a huge favor and just hover over and click the follow button that's above my head right here, then you'll get notified when I go live and you won't miss out on any of the great deals that I'm bringing here to you. 4 days a week, 8 times a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I am live in the morning and evenings as well, and Tuesdays in the afternoon. So I'll be taking a break here coming up very shortly at 12:30, and then I'll be back again at 2:30 to talk about some more products. But a 20-foot cable, and here's the controller as well. This is a little battery, like a watch battery style in there, and this switch lets you choose from regular, I call it, to smartphone. All right, a little clip on there, so you can clip it onto a belt or whatever you need to. Both lav mics, great for interviews, great for mobility. Another solid product. Like it so much, I own 2 of them. And again, the box, nice quality, solid, so I keep using it for mobility. And there we go, right? That is the LM200 in the carousel. Another good price in there as well. It was brought down because I think it was originally, yeah. See, and I don't understand this. The dual lapel mic is like $10 and the single lapel mic is 18. So why wouldn't you go with dual, right? And then you've got it. If you wanted to use it just for a single, you could clip both onto one person or just mask over it and hide it kind of thing, and it works great for one as well. So good quality product in there as well. Industry standard LM200. All right. All right, and speaking of microphones, this is the Boya MM100. I've got it over there. It's pretty straightforward. Get back to this. This is another good quality product made by Boya. Shotgun microphone. This is for, say, mounting on if you have a stabilizer or you have like a handle with hot shoes, you can mount that on. If you're just standing in front of somebody who's talking and you don't want to, hook up a wireless microphone, whatever. This works great. It's got the, the wind screen, the dead cat, they like to call it. So it really minimizes the wind, but still picks up the sound quality as well. And it's coming in at a decent price as well. You have to tap on that and it'll take you over to Boya, and you can see the different options there as well. But I've used this on occasion. I don't use it a lot it's because I have my wireless lavs, etc. But if it does get windy, it does come in really handy for that. So you won't go wrong with any of the Boya products that we share here with you today. All right, let's get into some books. Some books. Right. This book is one of my favorite books as far as motivation goes. This book is called The Slight Edge. Can I get that better for you here? Bring it up. So The Slight Edge is a book that was written several years ago, but it's the book I wish I had before I read any other motivational books. It's kind of like the guide to all of those books. And The Slight Edge is a very simple philosophy. Tiny errors in discipline, simple errors in judgment over time, or tiny disciplines compounded over time. In other words, if you get on a treadmill today and you run for 15 minutes, it doesn't really do much, right? If you run a treadmill 15 minutes every day for 2 weeks, you will start to notice some difference. Run on a treadmill every day for 15, 20 minutes every day for a year, you will definitely notice a difference, right? So compounded over time, tiny little things that seem to make no difference as we do them, but compounded over time will have a long-term effect on our life. And that's what The Slight Edge talks about. It's a USA Today national bestseller, and it's written by Jeff Olson. And there it is, Turning Simple Disciplines into Massive Success and Happiness. Simple disciplines. Things that are easy to do. The problem is they're easy not to do. I've always said, it's easy to quit smoking. No, it's not. Well, it is. When you say no, it's not, you've just convinced yourself that it's not. It is easy to do. The problem is it's easy not to do. And Jeff Olson, not only a #1 bestseller, he's been involved in the network marketing world for many years with great success. He's been involved with companies like Texas Instruments years ago with great success. He was selling solar panels way back in the 80s when nobody wanted to hear about solar panels with great success. So the guy knows his stuff, put it that way. And I'll just read you a little bit from the back. Success is achieved through inches, not miles of progress. Jeff Olson outlines the philosophies that will give you the slight edge in life. And that comes from Darren Hardy, a publisher of Success Magazine. And he's also the best-selling author of The Compound Effect and Living Your Best Year Ever. So here's another one. Success in life comes one day at a time. And as Jeff Olson suggests, one step at a time. The Slight Edge will show you how your daily decisions can be the ultimate key to your success. So good read. Here's the other thing I like about it. It's an easy read. And what I mean by easy read is it's not complicated wording. It's not complicated philosophies. It's really written simple for anybody to understand. And if you're just getting into, learning things about personal development, this is the book that I wish I had gotten first, right? It talks about choices. It talks about the first ingredient. It's called The Secret of Happiness, the ripple effect. But you have to start with a penny. You ever heard of the penny story? Mastering the slight edge, learning from mentors, cultivating slight edge habits, and so much more. And there's some exercises in here as well that you can use to better yourself, improve this up here. We often talk about exercising our body. We don't put enough focus on exercising the mind, and the Slight Edge will help you learn those skills. These are skills that can be learned and mastered over time. I remember when I saw Jeff Olson speak years ago, and I met him very, very briefly after a conference that I attended. He was very clear on this slight edge and how it just tiny little things over time. And he said to me, David, it's important that we read books. I said, I'm not much of a book reader. He said, well, you need to learn that skill. Reading is a skill. When I'm not so good a reader. It's a skill that can be learned. It can be taught and it can be learned if you're willing to. And he said, David, if I came to you and said, here's 12 books, go read them and get them done within a year, what would you say? I'd be like, I can't read 12 books in a year. And he'd say, but if I came to you and handed you a book that has, let's see how many this one has. Like, it's 200 and something pages. 276 pages. So let's say it was a 300-page book, right? How many days are there in a month, typically? 30. He said, okay, if I came to you and said, could you read 10 pages of a good book every day? Could you do that? Well, yeah, I like 10 pages of a good book every day. So 10 pages of a good book every day at the end of the month, you'd have read a book. Do that every month, 12 books. So it's all in our perception and how we look at things as well. You can read 10 pages of a good book every day, but you've convinced yourself you can't read 12 books in a year. But it's exactly the same thing. And the Slight Edge teaches a lot of those principles and philosophies that have helped me through so much in my life, and worth every penny here. If you're looking to get started with personal development, or even if you've already read the John C. Maxwell's and the Stephen Covey's and a list that goes on and on and on. If you haven't read the Slight Edge yet, if you haven't read the Slight Edge yet, it's time for you to pick this up and add it to your collection and keep it near your desk, so you'll want to refer to this on a regular daily basis. Okay. Let's get into my next favorite. And one of the reasons this is one of my favorites, and I keep this near to me. Here's another good book, and you know, we just talk about reading good book. I'm gonna get this out of the way. You know, we talk about reading good books and 300 pages, 10 pages a day. You could read this one in 7 days if you only did 10 pages a day, but I promise you, once you start, you'll want to finish it the same day. It's a 70-page book called My Journey with MS. And if you don't know what MS is, it's multiple sclerosis, a disease that my friend Domingos Fernandez has, and so do many thousands of people have. All over Canada, the United States, all over the world. And my friend Domingos has been suffering with MS for 20 years now, and he's been a friend of mine for about 27 years. So I knew him long before he was in his wheelchair and fighting this journey with MS. Now, this 70-page book is written for anybody, even if you don't have MS or you don't know anybody with MS. His story is an inspiring one, and he's a personal friend of mine, so near and dear to my heart. He's actually inspired me to start writing my own book, which I hope to have out in November. But My Journey with MS, A Long Road, it doesn't just talk about the disease. It talks about where he began in his life, what his life was like, and how MS, in his mind, has made him a better person in many ways. Learned him to appreciate more of the things around him. And inspired to write his own book, and he's working on a second book as well. And he is currently fighting some heavy obstacles right now in his life, but he is no quitter, let me tell you that. And he was diagnosed at the age of 26, and he's in his mid-40s now, and he just keeps going. I'll read you the back portion of this. Determined to share his journey with MS, Domingos Fernandez encourages others by becoming vulnerable and sharing his truth with his readers. Domingos was diagnosed at the age of 26 with one of the most aggressive forms of MS. And although he experienced moments where he felt like giving up, he chose not to. He is admired by his community, his family and friends, as he continues to fight to be a voice for the individuals that are beginning this debilitating journey on their own. Really fantastic book, and I'm very proud of my friend Domingos for writing this book and getting it done. I was given the privilege. He asked me if I would write the foreword for his book, so I have 3 pages of my own words of wisdom, if you will, in the foreword in this book, and he does mention me several times, which I'm very proud of, and proud to have him as my friend. Now, the other part that's great about this book is not only will it inspire you, maybe when you're having a bad day, it will make you remember that maybe it's not such a bad day after all. 70 pages to read, an easy read to get through, but an enjoyable story about Dom's life and his obstacles and how he continues to overcome them. Also, the great thing is when you purchase this book here today, not only will you support my friend Domingos Fernandez, but he's also taking a percentage of the proceeds and donating them to the MS Society of Canada. He's a Canadian here, and again, that will help support those who are suffering from the disease, or supporting those who don't even know they have the disease yet. It's supporting the MS Society of Canada. So win, win, win for everybody. You win by reading this book, and the Emma Society wins for your support, as well as does my friend Domingos Fernandez, who's, he's on a fixed income as well. So this is part of his lifeline financially. My Journey with MS by Domingos Fernandez. I would encourage you to, pick that up. I need to get a producer. Can't afford a producer yet. And have a real good read. Keep this near your bedside. Keep it near you on your coffee table, wherever that might be. And you'll enjoy this book by my friend Domingos Fernandez. All right, let's see where we're at. I think we're just about there. I think we've gotten through everything that I'm going to get through for right now, but thank you so much for being here and joining me on this journey of Amazon Live and broadcasting to you, talking about great quality products. I'm here 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There will be some bonus days on Fridays and the weekend. So keep an eye out for that. And if you haven't already, you just got to hover over and click the follow button up there so you get notified when I go live and when I post new products in my store. And I appreciate you coming back. Going to take a little bit of a break right now. I'll be back at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon, and I'll have some other different products we'll be talking about. And I'm going to add some new ones into the carousel that we've never talked about as well. So I hope you'll come back and join me. Until then, take care. Be safe, everybody.